there was so many accolades when I was looking you up. So like, talk to me about kickboxing and just being able, I mean, you talk about conquering your fears. I mean, coming from that side of the world to where you are today in music, I mean, talk about how you're able to use some of the traits from that and then bring it to the music industry today.
Sure. Yeah, it's, I've been an athlete my whole life. I started playing soccer when I was 4 years old, and
you can keep up with them, and you can keep up with them in Corpus Christi?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was
keep fast. Like that's basically the only reason why I was on the soccer field. It's like, she's fast, put her up there to kick the ball towards the goal. I was just players. Yeah, they're so athletic. It's truly remarkable.
Hispanics do not play around. Mexican Hispanics in the areas that we grew up in, they play soccer.
Right.
Like, it's a different level. But anyway, keep going. You're an athlete.
Yeah, I've been an athlete my whole life, and throughout that time, I'm going to go back a little bit further, even before the kickboxing, because it all kind of comes in together. I competed I was a professional wake surfer in college, and I was always on the lake. And then I had a friend of mine call me and say, "Hey, do you want to do Miss Texas?" And I was like, no. I'm not going to do that. That just was not my vibe at the time. Mm-hmm. But I had some sort of message that was just, as cliche as it sounds, like, you have to do this or you're going to regret it.
Because you had the opportunity.
I had the opportunity.
That's right.
And I like to compete in things. So I figure, why not? 1 week later, it was the pageant, and I borrowed.
Was that close?
Yeah, dude. It was like, this is like a Saturday or Sunday. She called me. I had to drive down to Galveston, Texas, where it was being held on Thursday.
Competing with all of them.
Yes,
oh
exactly. Gosh. So that was a trip, but I made my vow to myself, like, I'm always going to just be myself. I'm not going to try to go in there and be something I'm not. Like, just go be Whitney. Mm-hmm. And it worked out. I won swimsuit and I won the crown. Then I went to Miss United States, won Miss United States. And during that time, I was working out a lot. Mm-hmm. And I was with my ex-fiance at the time, Aubrey Marcus, and we started a company called On It. And there was a bunch of fighters, UFC fighters, that would come through to train. And mm-hmm. I would train with them just for fitness reasons, and mm-hmm. figured, well, this is kind of fun. And, maybe I could do something like this. And I said, screw it, let's go. And when I handed my crown over as Miss United States, I made the announcement that I was going to be the first national beauty pageant winner to take a fight. And half the crowd gasped and thought I was insane. Exactly. Including my parents. And the other half of the crowd, you could just hear them, yeah, like probably the boyfriends and the dads of the crowd or whatever. And that's when I started getting into fighting. And I'm a blue belt in jiu-jitsu now, took a bunch of jiu-jitsu tournaments, went to Thailand, did full fight camp out in Thailand, full fight camp out in Santa Monica under Tony Jeffries.
Jeez Louise, no one can fuck with you, man, literally. Seriously.
It was such a crazy idea, though. Like, I look back and I'm thinking, God, you're crazy.
Well, it's not, I think you look at everything in a way of a competitor's mindset, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I think the best people, they may not want to admit it, but they look at everybody like they don't even want to admit it. I know they don't, that they want to be the best, and they want to compete against who they can. And if they see someone and say, you're doing this, I know I can beat you.
Yeah.
You have that internal fire. And I mean, I think it shows the moment you moved to Nashville, because you're taking on yet another arena that I think that you're just slowly tapping into and showing everyone that not only do you have the look, not only do you have the personality, not only that you can sing, you're also able to just deliver yourself, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, that was long-winded, man. I gotta take a slow down. Everyone thinks I'm from New York because I talk so fast, but no.
You do kind of give a New York vibe.
I don't think so. Cheers.
Yeah, this has been, I feel the most myself that I ever have in my entire life through everything that I've done. And I honestly, all of this started when I was 10 years old, and someone really close to me told me I couldn't sing. And I stopped. I took it to heart. Like, I really identified with the fact that I couldn't sing. And if I were to sing in front of people, then that means that I wouldn't be loved. So it became paralyzing. It was a straight up phobia. I could not sing until it was something I always wanted to do, though, until like I finally just became too excruciating to live that way. And I woke up one day and was like, I'm terrified. I am more terrified of waking up on my deathbed with this dream inside of me than taking the steps, even the smallest little steps, to just see what happens. And I'm not going to do that anymore. And so from that moment, I hired a vocal coach. This is 5 years ago. So up until then, I literally could not sing in front of people. I would either shut down, I would start crying, I would leave the room. I couldn't do it. My body would go into fight or flight mode. And I've been working with like a therapist to get through it. Started working with my vocal coach just to practice opening my voice in front of somebody. And then I went into a studio. He wanted me to do a project for him, which was the scariest freaking thing I could possibly think of. Singing in front of more than one person. Oh my God, no. But I did it. I finally said yes. And the owner of the studio was there, heard me sing, and was like, if you're interested in doing this, I want to help you. All you have to do is say yes. And that's been my motto, is say yes. Just say yes and worry about how you're going to deal with the fear afterwards. And I said yes to him, and I've never said no again.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for watching this past clip. If you can, hit this button right here to see more of this episode, or hit this button right here to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see y'all next time.